Studio with me. Sophie, a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Alicia, and good afternoon to the viewers.
Sophie, I understand you were at the media briefing. Tell us what unfolded there.
Well, at the media briefing, the two ministers spoke about the challenges facing both countries. You are aware that South Africa and Nigeria are the largest economies on the continent, and therefore the relations between the two is quite important. You are aware that even President Donald Trump spoke to the two leaders first, that is President Muhammadu Buhari and President Jacob Zuma, which speaks to the importance of these two countries on the continent, but also to ensure that there's development in the continent. These two countries must work together. But the critical matter currently was around the attack against the foreign nationals, and particularly the Nigerians. And the two leaders were trying to find a solution or talk about this issue. As you are aware that the citizens of both countries are worried as to what's likely to happen next. For an example, in South African's case, we have lots of companies in Nigeria, 120 companies on business such as telecoms, retail sector, ShopRite checkers, and media. So it is important that there is harmony between the two countries, but the issue of attacks against foreign nationals kind of affecting the relations between the two, and therefore they were discussing this issue. And the announcement today that they have decided to establish a early warning center or unit or forum where they will exchange views quarterly in terms of what's happening. The intention is to detect this problem before it even happens.
But Sophie, I mean, let's just stay with the relations now. Just how strained are the relations? Because we know that even President Jacob Zuma and former President Thabo Mbeki have both refuted the fact that these were actually xenophobic attacks, and there's a new word that was brought to the fore, Afrophobia. So what exactly is the current tensions between the two nationalities?
The problem is xenophobia is broad. It can't revolve around perhaps one group. For example, in this case, those who were allegedly targeted were Nigerians, and they are from the continent. And it is for that reason some believe it's Afrophobia, because in this case, most of the victims of these attacks are Africans, either the Nigerians, the Somalis, the Zimbabweans, and these are our own people. We are all Africans. It is for that reason some people believe it's Afrophobia rather than xenophobia. But at the end of the day, it's attacks leveled against or directed against foreign nationals, which doesn't help, because even as South Africans, we have many South Africans outside the country, not only on the continent, but around the globe. You go to US, London, lots of young people there who are kind of skilling themselves. You go to Britain, you go to Asia, you go to any part of the world, you'll find that we do have South Africans there. Therefore, we cannot, as South Africans, be xenophobic or perhaps be against foreign nationals. But the problem is the problem of crime and fight for resources.
That's what I want to ask, Sophie, because we keep hearing different perceptions as to, or theories about the actual attacks, the reasoning behind these attacks on foreign nationals. But what has our foreign desk attributed this violence to, going around interviewing people and being on the ground?
Well, it's all about fighting for resources. And as people fight for resources, then criminal elements
take over as well.
Take over or come in. Even when you have your normal protest, service delivery protest, you have criminals using that opportunity to do whatever they do, because you cannot say you are fighting crime and then loot the shops or steal or hurt people. That's criminal. Therefore, the criminal element of this whole problem, it is indeed a challenge for both South Africa and Nigeria. And I think they will have to address the root cause rather than looking at the prevention. You prevent, but what is the root cause? Analyze the root cause, deal with the root cause.
All right, Sophie, I have to let you go. They're going to kill me. But I just want to know, we spoke about the early warning system. When will it come into effect, and what exactly do both parties have to do within each region? Because I understand there's an office in Nigeria and one here in South Africa.
Well, they've set up a team where you have ministers of foreign affairs or international relations in South Africa's context. You also have ministers of internal interior in Nigeria. In South Africa, it is home affairs. You also have the security cluster playing a role so that they can quarterly come together. It might be technocrats, that's the officials, and then give report to their principals, that's the ministers, in terms of what they have picked up when they were engaging perhaps with communities of business with the intention to handle this matter or to ensure that it doesn't happen.
Do we know if the AU is going to be partisan to this? Are they going to endorse the program and maybe spread it further across the African continent, Sophie?
South Africa and Nigeria are important in terms of the relations of African countries within the AU. I think if this can work, it can be something that the entire continent can adopt. And we were told today that President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to visit South Africa this year.
When?
We know that there was a challenge. He was ill, in London for treatment, but he's back in his office today, continuing with government work. And it's not clear yet in terms of the date, but they have started because he has started work today.
All right, Sophie, we'll definitely be eagerly waiting for that update on Muhammadu Buhari's visit, and also maybe just when this warning system, the early warning system task team actually gives their report, we'll be the first ones to know. Thank you so much for being with us in studio. That is Sophie Mokoena, our very own foreign editor, with us here in studio, shedding some light into the strained relations between South Africa and Nigeria, following, of course, the recent attacks on foreign nationals.